Oh, sorry, that might be a bit bright. I'm outside, I'm actually lying down in the sun, and I'm not going to give you a whole spiel about the importance of the sun and vitamin D and overdoing it and whatever, because I don't know that much about it. If you want a good sort of source of that sort of information, go to nutritionfacts.org. What I do know is that when I go out in the sun for a little bit, it's probably 15 minutes each side. That's enough for me. You can build it up, get your tan, and then you can probably go out for a little bit longer, but be very careful. Is that I feel better when I lie out in the sun for the rest of the day. Vitamin D has a lot of different effects in the body, largely positive, and getting it from the sun is certainly an easy way to get it if your body responds properly and you don't have any deficiencies. So it's been well documented that people who live in latitudes far north or far south, they receive less of the certain radiation that comes from the sun that allows you to synthesize vitamin D, and supplementation is probably best for them. But here in Melbourne, Australia, it's quite sunny and it's quite a bright sun, so it's a good place to do it, but you got to be careful at the same time. So this is what I'm doing. It's recovery after a nice Wednesday, almost an hour, 14.3k joggy run in the morning, a little bit hilly, good. Probably go out for part 2, just a short one, and maybe some strides. Day off work, big announcement, got the work visa in the morning, so it's official, going back to China, going to Tianjin and working at a university there. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a good mix of physiology, nutrition, bio, food, tech, and English teaching at the same time. So that's very exciting. I was doubting it until it actually happened, but now it's happened, so it's good. I'm getting some rays on me. It's warming up finally. Tapering's going well. Having an easier absorption week this week with the tapering, and then taper down a bit more next week before I go, and I'll crack out either a 10k or a half. I did a tempo run on Saturday. Saturday's usually the day I do tempo runs, and I ran a 7k tempo. Usually my tempo runs between 6.5 to 8k. Can do longer ones at about 10, and if I was looking at, half marathon up to marathon, I'd probably be putting sort of 12k tempo runs in there, or even longer. Looking at the training of Eliud Kipchoge, who won the Berlin Marathon and won the almost broke 2 hours for the marathon earlier in the year. He had 30k and 40k tempo runs right up until a few weeks before his race. So there's obviously some proven form of benefit at running at a goal sort of pace for a longer distance in preparation for your race. And that tempo I did felt very good. I mean, it's the same for everyone. Everything's blowing everywhere here. If you build into your workout, you're going to get probably a better workout. If you build into your race, you're probably going to run a faster time in terms of distance racing. With 800 meters, you've got to run a positive split, most likely to get the fastest time. That's the way it seems with Rudish's recent world records and previous world records. I think a differential on the first lap to the second lap of about 3 or 4 seconds is about where it's at. So if you run a 50-second first lap and you run a 54-second second lap, that's a 1:44. That's a good way to run it. Or a 49 and a 43, you're running a 1:42. Rudish's world record, I think he ran a 49 and a 51, so it's a 2-second differential, and that worked very well. Obviously, it's the quickest time. So I think just from my personal experience, it was 56 and 1 minute. That was my PB for the 800. So with distance running, even or building up or even negative is usually better. It's a fine line between giving yourself too much too much to do and banking too much time. You don't want to be banking time wherein you run your first 5k of a 10k race in 14 minutes and you're trying to run under 30, and then your second 5k of the 10k race is 17 minutes and you run 31, instead of running 15 and running 30. That's way off topic of vitamin D, but this is just a general chit chat update. So going to China within 2 weeks, up north. It's going to be cold winter. We'll see how the air conditions are, but otherwise all good. Cheers.